Since information is important, one of the first tasks in negotiation will be to look for it. The question we are going to address here is the following one. How does seeking information change our perception and ultimately our behavior? This is exactly the question that researcher Maya Young and her colleagues have asked. As they state at the beginning of their article, when we enter into a negotiation, we have a whole range of information at our disposal. But there is often information lacking, and we must make a series of efforts to access that information. So what effect does this search for information have on behavior? Let us take an example. Imagine that you have just got a job and that you have to negotiate with your future employer on your employment contract. In relation to this employment contract, you will have to discuss a number of issues. You will discuss your future salary, future performance bonuses, your retirement saving plans, where you will want to work, and also the number of days off you will be able to take on a yearly basis. Let us look at this last issue, the issue regarding day off. Imagine two different situations. In the first one, your employer informs you on the average number of days off that employees have in the company, which is an average of 14 to 24 days off. The employer also informs you that the company offers you 20 days off, which is the company's first offer. In another situation, your employer still informs you that in the company people on average get between 14 and 24 days, but this time the employer fails to tell you that as far as you are concerned, they have thought of giving you 20 days off. So you don't have this information, and you will have to go looking for it before the negotiation. This is exactly the situation that Maya Young and her colleagues submitted to their participants. Half had all the information. The other half had to ask the employer about the number of days off they were going to be given. How does the fact of seeking this information about days off affect the participants' perception and their negotiation behavior and performance? The result of several studies revealed that, in terms of perception, participants who went in search of information perceived the issue of days off as more important, more essential to them than participants who did not have to look for the information. It is as if in their minds people were saying to themselves, well, if I ask this question, if I ask about this issue, it must be that the issues of day off is of primary importance to me. Perhaps more crucially, this difference in perception of the importance of the issue influences the behavior. At the start of the negotiations, participants who went in search of information have a higher aspiration and higher goals than participants who had all the information available from scratch. These higher goals and aspirations only concerned the issues of day off. For all other topics, no difference emerged. If you remember the anchoring bias we talked about earlier, that is, the fact that setting higher goals and higher first offer influence the final result of the negotiation, you will understand that the higher goals negotiators have set, the higher the performance on this issue. In concrete terms, participants who have gone in search of information about day off get more days off than participants who did not have to make the effort to get that kind of information. Again, this increase in performance is limited to this bargaining issue and does not occur on other issues. Therefore, one of the first things to remember about information seeking is that we are biased in our perception of issues when we seek information about them. The more effort we put into obtaining information on a topic, the more important that topic will appear, the higher our aspiration and the better our results. This effect is explained by a desire for coherence of the self. When people are faced with uncertainty, they use tools, including their own past behavior towards the issue, to try to solve the uncertainty, and they infer that their information-seeking behavior is an indication that the topic is indeed an important one.